My coach story. If you're new here, I'm Roselle. I was born and raised in Southern California. I grew up between cultures, sun-faded strip malls, weekend errands that somehow turned into full-day family outings, and parties where the air was thick with laughter, music, and the smell of lumpia and pancit. Those moments were loud, warm, and alive. But somewhere in between all of that, there was always a quieter question sitting in the background. Where do I fit in all this? But one thing was always clear. I loved fashion. Even as a kid, I paid attention to details. How people put themselves together, how a look could say everything without a single word, the way someone cuffed their jeans, the choice of colors, the way confidence could completely transform a simple outfit. I didn't have the language for it back then, but I understood that style was more than just clothing. It was expression. It was identity. It was a way of speaking without saying anything at all. Fashion felt like a language I understood before I even knew how to describe myself. It became my first form of self-understanding. Before I could clearly explain who I was, I could show it through silhouettes, textures, and the way I put things together. It gave me a sense of control in a world where, often, I felt in between. Still, for a long time I was searching. I didn't really know who I was. Then, 2020 happened. Everything slowed down, and for the first time, I had space, not just physically, but mentally, to reflect. The world got quieter, and in that quiet, I started paying closer attention to what actually inspired me, what I was drawn to, when no one else was around to influence it. Without the usual distractions, I started paying attention to what actually inspired me. That's when I found the coach Tabby. At first, it was just a brand, just a visual. Clean lines, structured but soft, something classic but not outdated. It stood out without trying too hard. I kept going back to it, not really knowing why. Something I saw online, something that caught my eye, but the more I looked, the more it felt different. It wasn't just about luxury, it was about identity, storytelling, reinvention. It felt accessible but expressive, classic but evolving. And somehow, I saw myself in that. Eventually, I got one. I remember holding it for the first time, how simple it felt, but also intentional. It wasn't loud, it didn't need to be, and somehow, that made it feel more powerful. Wearing it felt different too. Not in a dramatic, life-changing way all at once, but in a small, quiet shifts. I started paying more attention to how I put myself together. Not for anyone else, but for me. I stopped asking, does this fit in? And started asking, does this feel like me? The Tabby became more than something I wore. The Tabby became part of that process. It became something that I connected to. It helped me realize that style isn't about fitting into a box. It wasn't just an accessory, it was a reminder that I didn't have to choose between parts of myself. It's about owning every part of who you are, even the parts you're still figuring out. That I could be influenced by my culture, my environment, my uncertainty, and still create something cohesive, something real. It made me realize that style isn't about becoming someone else. It's about recognizing who you already are and choosing to show it. Being Filipino American isn't something I have to balance anymore. Being from Southern California isn't something separate from my identity. Even the feeling of still figuring things out, that's not something to hide. It's all a part of me. And the more I embrace that, the more my style started to feel like a reflection instead of a performance. The Coach Tabby didn't change my life overnight, but it helped me see myself more clearly. It helped me move with intention. It gave me a starting point, a way to express something I didn't fully have words for yet. I'm still evolving, still learning who I am, but now, when I get dressed, I'm not trying to become someone else. I'm just becoming more of myself.